You know, no woman's ever put a man in the friend zone before. Men's behaviour gives a woman no choice to put them in the friend zone. So I'll give you some examples, right? So this is a common pattern. This is a common behaviour that men will act out on. So let's say a guy, he works in his workplace and there's a girl there that he's attracted to at work, right? And he likes the girl, he's been working there for 6 months at work, but he won't be honest and just say to her, look, you know, I like you or I find you attractive, you know, would you go out on a date with me? As simple as that, right? And now bearing in mind, I know how frightening that can be for guys, believe me, right? If you know my story, I was terrified of women. I was terrified of asking a girl out in case I got rejected. So we'll come back to that in a second. So he's so afraid of just the honesty and the social, like he's afraid of the awkwardness of telling the truth in that moment. He can't muster up the courage. He can't find the strength within himself to actually say those words, to basically tell her the truth. Just, you know, to be respectful, to be confident, but to tell the girl that he likes her, because he's so afraid of being rejected. That's in the back of the subconscious mind and the conscious mind, that if I ask her out and she says no, I'm gonna lose her. You know, I've lost her forever. It's gonna be embarrassing and it's gonna make me feel bad and all those things. So because he's afraid of possibly being rejected and losing a girl, he tries to go around the other way, which is by being friendly, being agreeable, you know, almost posing as just a friend, and maybe saying something like, you know, oh, I can help you with that, I can help you with that, you know. And women, for the most part, well, number one, they'll pick up on that. They'll get a sense that the words that he's saying and the body language that he's demonstrating isn't really matching up with the sort of feeling that he's given off. And the feeling that he's given off is he's attracted to her romantically, more than a friend. He is attracted to her romantically. It's not just a platonic friendship. So she's going to feel that, but at the same time, now she's lost respect for the man because she can see that he hasn't got the courage to tell her that, and he's not being honest. So maybe he's saying, maybe she says she likes salsa dancing. He actually doesn't like salsa dancing. He says, oh, I love salsa dancing. You know, I really love that. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. So again, people pleasing, being agreeable, not being truthful, not being honest. And, you know, most women will pick up on this, or even if they don't fully know, they'll get a feeling that something doesn't feel right. And, you know, they won't trust the guy. So he can't build trust with a woman. He can't build a romantic connection because he's not honest. He's not honest about his feelings. He's going around, he's being too indirect. He's not being clear. So let's say, for example, the girl might actually like him at the start. She might be attracted to him. She might think he's a nice person, he's a great person. But because he doesn't have the balls to tell her, over time, she loses respect. And she's got no choice but to put him in the friend zone. So somewhere down the line, he thinks in his mind, if I just keep, you know, being friendly and agreeing, she's going to fall in love with me. And when it doesn't happen, when she doesn't fall in love with him, or when eventually she says to him, like, I've got a boyfriend actually, I'm going out with my boyfriend, he gets angry, he gets upset. And then maybe he is resentful towards her and towards women. So it's not really nice when you think about it in the stereotypical sense. It's actually not nice, it's not truthful. But I understand his point of view, and I understand a woman's point of view. His point of view is, you have to understand, he's terrified, he's afraid of being hurt. He doesn't want to lie, he wants to tell that, but he can't find the strength to do it. So in his mind now, he's going to rationalize it, he's not going to take responsibility, he's not going to say, well, actually it's my fault. It's my fault that she put me in the friend zone because I'm being too friendly and I'm not being honest. I'm not being clear that I like her more than a friend, romantically, and I want to go out of her. He's not been honest about that. So, you know, the pain, and, you know, let's call it the human ego, it's going to rationalize it and say, well, something's wrong with her. Why do women put me in the friend zone? And it's because you give them no choice. Where another guy comes along, he might not be as good looking, he might not be as charismatic or whatever, but he's honest, he's got the confidence to say it from the start, or much quicker, he's got the confidence to say, you know what, I actually like you, and to flirt, and to show those feelings, and to tell a woman, I like you, do you want to go out with me? He's not afraid to take that risk. And if she says, you know, thank you, but I've got a boyfriend, or you know what, I'm gonna have to say no, he's still doing it. So even if you get a rejection, I think it's much better to tell a woman the truth and be honest with her and risk being hurt than it is to be the nice guy, who's not really a nice guy, not in my understanding. Because, you know, people get confused. They're like, people will say statements like, you shouldn't be too nice in life, people won't respect you to take advantage. Well, I don't agree on that. I think you should be a nice person, but I think you should be a truthful person. So the stereotype we're talking about is not a nice person. It doesn't mean they're a bad person, but it just means that they have a weak character, they have a lack of integrity, and they don't have the confidence to tell a woman and show them how they feel, at least in this area. So the niceness is fakeness. It's like saying to a woman, oh, you're wonderful, let me take you out for dinner. But he's not doing it from the goodness of his heart. He's taking her out for dinner because he's hoping that she's going to give him sex. And if she doesn't give him sex, and then he's bitter about it, and then he's resentful, and then he almost wants his money back. So that's not really giving, is it? True giving is when you're not taking a woman out because it's not an exchange. Like, I'm taking her out so she's got to give me sex, or I'm taking her out so she has to date me or be in love with me. It's not like that. You do it because you care about her, you love her, and you want to do it, and you don't care if you don't get nothing in return. And usually that's when a woman wants to be intimate with you anyway. So there's some examples to make you understand where a real man, a man with backbone and character who's not a coward, will be honest and say to a woman, you know, I like you, and this is the reason why I like you, and will you go out with me? And most women, if they're single and they like the guy, they're going to say yes, because women are attracted to confidence. That's the fact. That's it. You know, there's no doubt about that in my mind. We can break down what confidence is in another video. So, you know, when you realize this, you hear guys on forums, and I was like this years ago as well, in the sense that I was a nice guy because I was afraid, I was scared, I had a good heart, but I didn't have the balls, didn't have the courage many years ago, and I changed. I had to work at it and become the person I am now, and I've helped many guys. So women don't put men in the friend zone. Men put themselves in the friend zone by not being honest with women, and by being manipulative, and by being fake nice, and by having a hidden agenda. So it's also a lot of guys who are ashamed. You shouldn't be ashamed, you should be honest and tell a woman. Of course there's an appropriate way to say it. You ain't got to be sleazy, you ain't got to be inappropriate, and that's why you just have good manners and use good language, common sense. Women want this. I know for a fact that most women want it. They want a guy to be honest with them. Every woman I've ever dated, in my experience, absolutely loves it. And you know, at the end of the day, guys, we all get rejected. All of us do. I've been rejected more times than I can even count on one hand. I'm going to need like quite a lot of hands. There's only got 10 fingers. Maybe that's a lot. But you got to keep going. And it's the same message for women. And then you do meet someone, and then as you get more confident and your communication skills improve, you get more success. So men, at a certain point, the nice guys who get friend zoned, they lack social skills, they lack character, they lack courage, and all these things are the things that affect them to be truthful. They can't seem to do it. But the good news is, otherwise I wouldn't waste my time doing these videos trying to help you guys. You can change it. Anyone can change it if they really want to work it. But you've got to take responsibility. And the first place you start is by not blaming women or blaming anyone. I'm not even going to say blaming yourself. Don't blame anyone, but take responsibility. This is your issue. It's not women's issue. And when you realize that, it's really liberating, because it's like, well, if it's my issue and I can change it, which you can change it and be amazing. You ain't got to be that guy he's not honest, and he's always trying to, you know, it's the same kind of thing, isn't it? You hear guys say, you know, you get a guy that signs up to do salsa lessons, but he's not there to do salsa dancing. He's there in hope that he can get a woman. It's not honest. It's not honest. It's manipulative. And you're not going to get anywhere like that. Eventually it's going to fall apart. If you like salsa, then do it. But if you're going salsa because really you want to chat women up, then you should just go and chat women up from the start. Go to a salsa club, tell them from the start what your intentions are. Don't hide your intentions, and you're going to get amazing results. Sometimes I don't understand it. Like, I understand the fear men have because I'm a man, but I don't understand the society that we live in, how the lies. Why don't just be honest with each other? Cut the bullshit. If you like the person, great. If they don't like you, life goes on. life's tough anyway, and it's also wonderful. So why am I going to waste my time trying to come up and scheme a plan or a technique to get a woman to like me when I could just say from the start, look, I like you, I'm attracted to you, do you want to go out with me? If she says, yeah, I'm over the moon, great. If she says no, okay, it's going to hurt my feelings a bit, I'm disappointed, I'm going to feel better that I tried. And I'm going to move on and ask someone else out until I meet someone and they say yes. At least I'm going to respect myself. At least I can sleep at night knowing in my own heart, I did all I can do. I can't do any more than that. The rest is up to God and life. You can sleep on that. You can feel good, but you can't sleep at night. You can't feel good when you know that you're lying and you're not really nice and you're doing all these things in hope she's going to give you something in return. Most of it is around sex, validation and love. And you're not, and yeah, what most you're not going to get, it's not going to happen like that. Yeah, it just ain't. You know, and you can't blame women. I can't blame them. I agree with them. They're going to choose a strong man over a weak man. I don't blame them. I would. If I have a choice, a strong person that I can trust, that is accountable, that is kind, over someone that I can't trust, there's a hidden motive, they're bitter, I'm not choosing that person. You can't blame them. I'm going to choose the strong man. Or out of two women, strong woman, kind, integrity, not kind, not trustworthy, I know I'm going to choose. Sorry, man, it's the truth. It's the truth. The truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. And this is the harsh truth. And I had to learn this myself. So that's the problem here. You've got all these advice online. No, most of it's wrong. I know I'm right, especially in this area. I know I'm right. Many women have told me, I've been through many successful conversations to help many clients. It's the reason why guys struggle and they get put in the friend zone because they are not honest from the start and throughout the whole relationship, whether it's at work for 6 months or it's the first time you see someone. Doesn't matter the length of time. What matters is the communication. If the communication isn't honest and congruent, it's crappy, it's not going to work. It's going to cause friend zones, problems, and guys get frustrated. And like I said, it could be a situation, it's possible, it's happened many times on planet Earth where a woman has liked a guy, she likes him, but she's waiting for him to ask her out and he's not able to do it. And she waits so long, in the end she loses patience, she loses respect for him, she loses interest, she goes and dates another guy who asks her out, who's got more confidence. He might not be as good looking, he might be less financially better off, he might be even less confident, but he's got the courage to say and tell her the truth and ask her out. And women appreciate that. I can't see anything wrong with what I'm saying. It's great values, honesty, respect, truthfulness. What could be wrong with that? I can't understand. Anybody who doesn't agree on that, I can respect your opinion. I can't agree on you. For me, there's no sense in it. So you've got to practice it. Is it easy? I'm not saying it's easy, but nothing of any value is easy. Getting a great relationship isn't easy. You know, love, they're challenging. So you've got to step up. You've got to face your fear. You've got to take a risk. All of us have got to do it. Now, I can speak with no fear of contradiction. I'm not being big-headed. I'm just being honest. I've done this. I've faced this fear so many times. I used to be a very frightened person in this area. I couldn't believe I've done it. And I've helped so many clients. You can do it. Anyone who's watching this, men, women, you've got to muster up the courage. I'll leave you with this. A lot of guys get in the mindset where they worry and think, well, how do I say it? What do I say? My advice would be, compose yourself before you say it. Take a deep breath, don't overthink, choose the words from your heart, keep it simple, make sure that it comes out in a positive way and it's not heavy or stressful to the point where it makes a woman feel uncomfortable or negative, and say it, you know, say, look, I want to be honest with you, I like you, you're really nice, do you want to come out with me? The calmer, more relaxed, and if you feel good about when you say it and it's from the heart, it's going to be received that way, all right? Speak to you soon.